Hey everybody, welcome to Smashing Game Time. We are three brothers that go through gaming's back catalog of yesteryear. I am your host, Nick. Down below me is my brother, Josh.
Once again, the bottom bitch, as usual.
Always on the bottom. And then to my left is Jake. Jake, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
He's doing all right. I had something. I had a thought, and then I lost it because we are live streaming this episode. That's right. If you're hearing this podcast after the fact, sorry you missed the live stream. This is something we gotta get the Twitch channel going before the Twitch disappears forever and ever. This is Smashing Game Time. We are a Trident Network podcast. Go check out our siblings. We are wherever you get your podcasts. We're on Apple, Google, Spotify. We are also over on YouTube. We have a video version that goes up. Episodes go up Monday mornings, so go check us out over there. Fuck the algorithm. Tell a friend. We don't want your stars. We don't want your kind words. We want you to tell your friends and force them to listen to us or watch us wherever they can get us. We were originally going to do part 2 of our Death Stranding book club today. We are pushing that off until next week. We just got some catching up to do. Life got a little busy for everybody. So today, what we're going to do at the end of the show is we are going to predict nominations for the Game Awards. Those should be coming out pretty soon, so we can compare who we think is going to get nominated to who actually gets nominated. And I've got some pretty good ideas. But before
he doesn't.
Well, Jake, you'll have to wait till that part of the show. But before we do all of that, let's talk games. Guys, what are you playing? Josh, let's do you first.
I'll make mine quick because, like Nick said, we've all been really busy. Life has been hard. Got my general Star Rail, Genshin Impact, just doing my daily shit. Apex Legends, I finally made it to Gold 2, I believe. So almost there to the plat. Death Stranding, of course. I've been doing my homework, just trying to make sure I stay ahead of the curve, which I think now I'm actually ahead of the curve. And Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Is that DLC officially out?
Yeah, it's out.
Yes.
It came out, as of us recording, it came out yesterday, I believe.
Now, I was reading that they were trying some new stuff with it, because it feels like, and I think this is DLC across the board right now, but especially for Capcom, it feels like they're experimenting with something in there. I know you've only had it for about a day. Can you give us the gist of what's going on in there?
I actually haven't even touched the DLC yet. I'm still going back and doing, I wanted to do professional mode first, because I tried doing it when I beat the game. I got really pissed, and then something else came out and I was playing that. So I went back and trying to beat it on professional.
He's yawning.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, like I said, it's been a long. Hey guys, I spent 2 hours in the IMAX theater watching Barbie. Okay, it was worth it. I'm Knuff.
Was that a Barbie reference?
Yes, that's one of the shirts he actually wears at the end says "I am Knuff."
I think that's actually, you could buy those now.
I kind of want to buy one, to be honest with you.
Oh, those are going to be Halloween. It's going to be the most popular Halloween costume.
I'm going to be fucking Ken for either that or I'm going to be Alan.
You're going to be fucking Ken. I knew it.
Oh, dude.
I knew it.
If you don't want to fuck Ryan Gosling, there's something wrong with you, okay?
No, we want Ken.
I wrote you for 30 days. I wrote you every day for a year. I loved him back then. Go ahead, Josh. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So as far as what they were going for, I haven't seen enough of it to know what exactly you're going for or what they were going for. The few things that I do know, Nick, allegedly, I'm reading some of the stuff that they added in here. You want to hear some of the things that are for sure in here?
Yeah, go ahead.
The second Gigante.
Okay, because they cut the first one, right?
Well, they had the first one. They cut
the second one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The laser room allegedly is in here.
Oh yeah. Oh shit! I forgot they cut the laser room.
The cable cars.
Damn, they cut a lot of shit from that game that I forgot about.
So not the cage fight that shows up in this one where Leon is fighting and then it leads to Ashley running around, but the original cage fight where the gladiator dude with the gloves, he comes down, that's back in this. U3 is allegedly in here.
But is it true? I need to know it's true.
I wonder how good he looks.
I'll Nick, just for you, just so we can talk about it, because obviously it's going to be part of the new stuff. I'll see if I can find a video for you.
Go ahead and you know what, I'm gonna look too. But isn't it kind of crazy that all that stuff is cut from the original game, and then Capcom's like, we'll make it DLC for the remake.
I mean, it's smart. You're giving
So-
people what they want at the same time. Yeah. Oh, it is, Nick. It is in here.
Holy shit! Hold
So
on, I'm putting it up on the screen. Hold on.
Hold on. I'm literally attaching it to.
I don't know who this guy is. Oh my god. Okay,
he's
so
looking at it.
and they made it canonical. They made it make sense. They made it make sense.
Oh, he's already putting up shit.
Oh, I have to reach out to Shinobi. Oh my god, this is amazing. Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks so good. Oh,
Guys, we've made Nick's night. He's done. We're done recording. Podcast over.
I haven't played remake. But I need to play remake now that
I need to play just cause. And Josh, we need to get together sometime so we could fix that, because
I can see all your games. I don't know why you can't see mine.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I don't know.
This is amazing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. He looks so good.
I was told that the DLC is as long as Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. It's if not a little longer than RE3 Remake. So then, like I said, that's huge in my opinion, because really, realistically, even if you speed run that game, that is still like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh man, I am super excited about that. Like, that's seriously the most hyped I've been about something in a while. Wow. It
You're welcome for
happened.
that.
It's back. Oh my god. But it's still crazy that all the cut content from the original that couldn't get into the remake, they're like, just throw it in the DLC. It's fine. They'll lap it up. They'll fucking lap it up.
Fan service. The biggest complaint everybody said when it first came out was there's no separate ways DLC, or there's no separate ways. That's the one thing everybody was like, that's the universal. What the fuck? Now that we have it, and it just sprinkled a little bit of more stuff that they removed, it's like, god damn it, they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing with that remake.
So recently I've fallen into a Resident Evil like essayist, like Resident Evil essay people on YouTube. And like apparently a lot of the rumors for 9 is that they want to bring back Jill and Rebecca.
Yeah, I've heard a lot. I mean, Jill for sure. Rebecca is weird because it's, let's see, she was, other than Gaiden, other than 0, and other than 1, I don't think she really had much of a role in the universe.
I think what you got to do at this point is remake 0 and 1 into one game to make it just fully canonical, because it seems like everything's gotten the remake. And I mean, the RE remake, besides the HD versions, is at this point 21 years old, which is kind of baffling.
Well, we said when we originally talked about it, we said it was only like a 4 or 5 year difference when it was originally made.
It was 98 to 2002 or something like that.
Yeah,
or 96.
So
yeah, it
the
was
fact
really
that
short.
they remade it so quickly, I mean, technically, everybody loves the remake. It's not that it's bad, but I do agree that it makes more sense to redo 0 and 1 and make them more canonical.
So what I could see them doing is trying to do a 0 and 1 remake and having to cut a bunch of stuff. Which, if you cut a lot of 0, you're totally fine. Nobody misses Billy. Nobody misses all those boss fights that are just giant animals. But if you go back and find a, because remember, if in 0, and again, this is all fresh in my mind because of the essay videos, but if you remember, towards the end of 0, you end up at the base from Resident Evil 2 somehow.
The base for
the lab, you like the outside of the lab, like the loading bay.
No, I thought it was a separate one.
I think that is something that is argued again from the essays. That is something that's been argued about the RE community. They're like, we don't know if it's
at
the
the end
same or
of
not.
0, they end up like going out of it, like one of the shafts, and Rebecca sees the mansion from wherever they're at, so she's heading towards the mansion, and Billy ends up going the other direction because he's a wanted criminal still.
So when Rebecca's by herself at one point and she fights the tyrant by herself, that loading bay is the one from RE2, and the only reason I have proof, well, I don't have proof, but like the doors you try to go into in the doors you go into in 2, when you go up to them in 0, it says, I don't need to go to this now. And they never let you in. It's never like a post-game unlock or anything for a second run. It's nothing.
I still think I want the that book that Rebecca's in. I can't remember the name of it, but essentially it's in the middle of the few STARS members who joined outside of the RPD are working with like the survivors of the incident. They're working with them to like investigate Umbrella and try to get evidence. And they end up going to like this island that's fairly close to Raccoon City, and it's basically a similar incident, but it's on an island.
Josh, I think you're the only person that read that book.
It's a really good
Dead
book.
Island. It's actually Dead Island.
Right. No, it's a really good book. It's got Rebecca in it. It's got a couple new characters, zombies, of course. So it's good.
Well, now I'm hyped up for RE4. Josh, anything else on the games?
That's it for me.
Jake, what are you playing, doing? How is life? By the way, happy birthday to Jake and Josh. They both turned 30 the day this comes out. If you are hearing this right now.
I love how you waited until after I was done, but then you introduce Jake. It's, oh yeah, by the way, happy birthday.
Jake's like the centerpiece of the podcast, Josh. No, but for
I
real.
forgot I'm the bastard child because I came out second.
I meant to say, twins are a mistake, but I meant to say it top of the show. I'm remembering now.
Eat our twin.
Happy birthday, Jake and Josh, you little 30-year-old babies. Jake, what are you playing?
So, your typical team fight tactics. Set 9.5. It's been a bitch. A buddy of mine hit master in one day, and I was pissed off about it. I'm like, you motherfucker. Whereas I'm stuck in Diamond 3. Brawlhalla. I've been playing a lot of Brawlhalla lately. They announced a new character, Loki. Like, the god Loki. Is being added to Brawlhalla. Everyone's excited about it. What else? Pokemon Unite. Blaziken was just released. Different way to play. Mewtwo is still OP. There was a stat that someone posted on Reddit that 85% of players are playing Mewtwo, and I agree with that. I mean, honestly, I think it could have been higher, because if you don't have Mewtwo on your team, you're kind of trolling. Like, you're going to lose, because Mewtwo is still like overpowered, and the way the Pokemon Unite developers are, it's gonna be like that for a while until he's nerfed.
Remind me, are you playing on Switch or mobile?
Mobile. Someone told me that the most optimal port is mobile because of input. Apparently on Switch it lags, and I kind of see it because Nintendo's network is shit. They don't have all their online capabilities are just awful. They need to fix that, but I know that's not like their main focus, because most of their games were story based anyway. What other game did I add? Death Stranding.
Yeah. Our book club game.
And then just Death Stranding, just delivering packages, pizzas, whatever. Yeah.
Cool.
I started working temp job at Microsoft. It's been pretty chill. Learning a lot, meeting a lot of great people. It's cool because like all the people I work with, we all have like the same hobbies. Gaming, nerding, all that stuff. Like, we'll sit there and talk about games, computer builds, experience. It's been great. Like, I highly recommend, like, if you like something, go work at a place that everyone has the same like passion. It's pretty cool.
Jake, I'm happy that you are finally, and this is the job that was pushing back the start date, right?
Yep. It's been weird. They're moving me. There's like a lot of facilities in the area, and they keep on like moving me around. It's kind of hectic. It's stupid.
They're embarrassed by you. They're like, oh, he doesn't work here. Oh, get out of here. Go.
Well, it's not Microsoft. It's the contracting company.
Right. Well, I'm happy that you found a place that's making you happy, and that you actually have a job, because we were starting to worry about the smell that we were smelling off of you, and we're just happy that you're finally showering again.
Yeah.
Look at you growing. Anything else on the game front, Jake?
I almost bought a dual edge PS5 controller. They're only like $200 only.
Yeah, only. Yeah, no deal there.
And you're gonna play that. You're gonna play PC games with it, I assume.
Yeah.
He's ready for the Steam update where all the games will start to recognize it as a device.
Nobody
Well, and
uses haptic. No, like what's the point of those controllers? And I guess because Xbox is now working towards it, or that's something from the leak that we'll cover in a little bit. But yeah, nobody uses haptic, and I feel like that's the only real reason to really mess with them.
But I mean, Nicholas, why
Oh,
would
Josh, you have that too?
Yeah,
Dude, I don't.
mine's custom though.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
fuck
got the
yeah.
original logo.
bro, I don't need.
Yeah, look
I
at
just
that logo.
need-
It's a
Whoa.
good little logo.
I just need.
Hey, look, I'm a gamer girl.
Jake, pull your dildo out while you're at it.
Oh. I mean, come on, Daddy. What are you gonna do about it?
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I got another one. Where's it at?
For our audio listeners, I'm sorry, we're idiots.
Get on my level, girls. Come on, get on my
Hey,
level.
Ladies,
Nick, what's that?
It's a book.
Oh, fuck you. No one reads.
Yeah, fuck you, Nick. You illiterate asshole.
This is playing great for the audio.
What was I
folks,
gonna
by the
say?
way.
I saw that they 'cause I was at Target today. Saw that they were selling those Xbox fridges. Yeah.
How much though?
The number of times I went to see if they had an Xbox One X or Xbox X Series, and I thought it was in there, but it was that stupid fucking fridge, are too damn high.
It's $100, Josh, and they only store like up to 12 cans. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah, I got an actual fridge in my basement. It's 5 feet from me.
And the game, so the gaming aisle in Target is just sad. It's sad now. It used to be.
The whole technology, the whole
You know, ever since they sold to Target Mobile to do all the electronics, it's gone down to hell.
Oh, even Target Mobile was shit, but we
Oh,
won't.
it was always shit. Well, let's be honest. Target is not the place to go get your cell phone, nor is it the place to get electronics, but you would think they do a little bit better of a job with it.
Well, hey, we're never going to be sponsored by Target now, but that's okay. On my front, I've played Death Stranding. I'm in Act 3 or Chapter 3, as we call it. I'm still enjoying it. I've finally got a gun.
No, you haven't.
No, I haven't.
I don't want to spoil anything, but you've got the Bola gun, and you probably got the BT gun.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I got the bola.
Okay.
I don't know. It's one of those games. Every time I pop it up and like I go to walk somewhere, and I see like it's a fucking eye candy. I'm like, oh my god, it's beautiful.
It's
and
beautifully done.
then I realize I have to walk up that mountain. I was just eye fucking for the last 20 minutes. I'm like, oh shit.
Yep.
Because I don't really the way I engage with it, I don't really like take ladders with me anywhere. Or like I have the things where you climb the spiked rope things. I have a few of
Yeah,
those.
that's the
on
only
me.
thing I really carry. Otherwise, I'm like, if I can't use that, screw it. It's not
But
worth
I also don't take people's shit. I'm like, I don't want to pick up this ladder that this
it.
guy
Oh,
left.
dude, I don't pick up their shit, but I sure as hell use it.
And I'll toss out some likes. I'm not picky. I'll be like, here's some likes, you fucker.
Well, if you walk across it, it automatically likes for you.
Yeah. I'm enjoying my time with it. I can tell that I might get bored with it later on, but also chapter 3 is the longest chapter, so I'm just trying to take it piece by piece. Little Gator Game, I played that to get ready for the interview with Mega Wobble last week. Thanks again to Connor and Scott. That was a lot of fun sitting down talking with them about play, just about the game in general. I will never shut up about Little Gator Game. It's a fun game. Actually, funny thing, I couldn't remember Scott's name, but Scott and I, after the call, like sat on Discord and talked about The Legend of Zelda for like an extra hour and a half when I should have been editing the episode. That was a lot of fun. I really do appreciate them. Can't wait to see what they do next. The game that's been eating up a lot of my time this week, it's from Team Ugly. The game is called Ugly. I'm going to put something up on the screen for the folks at home on the YouTubes. So this is very much, it looks like Braid. Like when I first saw images of this, I thought it was Braid. You are running around this palace as this ugly little guy. You can jump and you can place a mirror that places your reflection opposite of you. And so when you do that, you can switch places with your reflection depending upon if it's somewhere where you could land. And the game is about a 5-hour game, and there are 5 areas of the palace. And what it does really well, and I think Braid did this really well as well, is that every new area introduces like a new aspect of the game or a new element for you to consider. So like for example, the area we see him in right now on the video, you see that there's a room with like all pink walls. You can't transport anywhere where it's a pink wall. So you have to find a way to get into the one spot of the room that's not pink, get your reflection there so you can switch spots with it. You can like learn special jumps. You can there's an area where you have to like move a crate with you. The progression's really good. There's a boss fight at the end of each area. They are they really fun, and they like you're using your power to win that fight. But then you're also and I'm trying to find one here real quick. But they also play into the themes of the games. Sometimes you play a game and there's a random grasshopper boss fight. There's no reason you're fucking fighting a grasshopper, but it's a boss fight. All these like come back into the story later on, and it's really cool the way that they do it. This little goopy guy actually gave me some trouble. He's pretty cool looking, and the game's animated really well. I really enjoyed it. The game's broken down into 3 acts, but the first act is the main game, and act 2 is like where you're going back into the palace and finding all these secret rooms. And then act 3 is just the secret ending. So I thought that was broken up in a really weird way. I honestly could have finished act 1 and been done with it and never played it again. It would have been fine because I thought they closed it off in a really, really good spot. I didn't enjoy the secret ending, but I thought it was a fun game. Go read my review over on Game Chronicle. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think this would have... Looking at this, do you guys think Xbox Live Arcade back in the heyday?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I definitely feel a Braid. I definitely feels like a Braid to me. I can see that.
Yeah, so I was thinking, oh, Braid, and what's the other one? What's the other side scroller? Not Limbo.
Oh,
Fez.
Yeah, Fez.
Fez was another one that was giving a little bit of Fez too. RIP Fez 2, by the way, canceled before it even had a chance. But that's what I've been playing this week. I was also on the Overthinking Games podcast on Monday. That doesn't come out for a few weeks, but talked with them about some horror games. That was a lot of fun. Thank you to Kate, Dempsey, and Seth for having me. Didn't get to see Seth because he was sick, but Kate and Dempsey were very welcoming. Very fun conversation. Actually, a few of the games that we talked about on that episode, I ended up buying because they were on sale. So I finally have What Happened to Edith Finch, or what's left of Edith Finch. It's on my list to play it once I get all caught up on these reviews and everything. What else? I'm also going to be on another podcast. That is it's a St. Louis podcast. It's a comedy podcast. I got on there and I told a story. I'll put a link up for it when it comes out for folks. But I've been busy. I've been a little busy, so that's why I wasn't able to get where we needed to be for Death Stranding. So that's my fault. I take personal responsibility for that. I also blame Josh. I also blame Josh a little bit.
Oh, why am I to blame?
I don't know. I wanted to blame you.
Exactly.
It didn't seem like you had enough on your plate, so I wanted to add a little more.
You're talking to the guy who gets the show notes together, and you're looking at the guy to your left who only comes and shows up.
Josh, do
and the
better.
guy's also directionally challenged.
Josh, do better. Hey, you want to do some news?
I don't need apparently I don't do anything here, so I guess.
Read all about it. Latest football scores. Morning paper. Morning Star. Paper, mister?
It's time for old news.
All right, Josh, lead us through some news here.
All right, so first off, the biggest news, and probably the thing everybody's still kind of talking about, is the whole Unity backlash. You guys are aware of all this?
Yep.
Yeah, so for those not in the know, by the time this comes out, it'll be 2 weeks at that point. And we talked about this a little. I talked about this a little bit with Connor and Scott. The Unity changes that were coming through, they were the runtime fees. After a certain amount of time, you were developers were going to be charged. Wasn't it 20 cents per download or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. For like 100,000 downloads or something. And essentially, basically, nothing was going to be free at that point. Like, unless you're just bottom of the barrel, even then.
Well, I think folks came out and said, like, hey, we were just doing this because we wanted to get some money out of the Genshin Impact people, right?
So they were wanting to make money out of them, out of Microsoft, out of Sony, Nintendo. And I wish I would have found this meme. There was actually a meme of someone going, "Yeah, we just anytime we just want to get some money out of Microsoft," and it shows like the Expendables 2 when they're getting all their weapons ready. It just shows like somebody's like Nintendo, somebody is all of them just getting their guns ready and they're doing like the high fives and shit. They're gonna kick some ass.
I saw the same one, but it was Microsoft's lawyers.
But yeah, so it's just like, so really, yeah, I get, and I don't know if you guys know the state of Unity, but for the past couple of years, they've actually been bleeding a lot of money out.
And we don't have to get into the finer points of it, but I think the biggest issue that a lot of developers had with this is it was retroactive. So if you were 3 years into development or your game was already out, like it didn't matter who you were, like this was going to affect you. And so it put a lot of developers in a weird spot that they didn't agree with, and they didn't know they were going to be agreeing with it later on down the road. So yeah, it was total horse poo. And now it sounds like they're circling. Sounds like, sorry to get all business speaky on everybody, but it sounds like Unity is circling their wagons on it and kind of reversing some of the stuff they were saying before.
Yeah, but I think it's too late now. We've already had a bunch of these companies come out, like a bunch of these indie developers come out and basically say like, hey, yeah, because of all this shit, we're moving to a different, we're looking for another platform to go to.
The Terraria folks were donating money to what is it, Godot, and the other one. I think it was 100,000 for each. That was pretty cool. Seeing all the small indie developers that were coming out with like their, like the apology image that places have, but now
it was a fuck you to Unity. It won't even said fuck you.
They I think just about all of them said you done fucked up or fuck you Unity.
Yeah.
And my favorite one was probably the Cult of the Lamb guys, even though it's like you guys are not gonna pull your game. This is just you trying to sell
PR
more.
stunt.
This is you selling more copies, but I like the sentiment of what you're saying. It's yes, I love it. Anything else on Unity?
No, Unity's a piece of shit. That's as far as it goes with that one.
Fuck you, Unity. I'll never use it.
Fuck you, Unity.
Fuck you.
Moving on. Speaking of controversy, the Mortal Kombat 1 Switch debacle.
Oh yeah.
So for those of you not aware, Mortal Kombat is out. Yes, it released on the Switch, and yes, it's as bad as you think it is.
It looks rough.
It's bad.
The images I've seen, I think the one that was going around was a side by side of the PS5 and Switch Johnny Cage.
It's bad.
Let me scroll down on this IGN review.
There's a side by side comparison right there. That next video.
Here we go. Yeah, side by side. It's rough. It's not well, but also like, can we really be surprised? Can we really be surprised that this was going to look like this on Switch?
So here's my thing with it. I knew going in that if you bought it for the Switch, you're not gonna. That's like the worst one you could possibly buy because
you bought Mortal Kombat 1 for the Switch. You're not a real gamer. You heard it here first, folks.
I mean, well, have you played? Was it 10 or was it 11 that was on the Switch? One of the others was on the Switch.
That's what I'm saying. Like no one should have been surprised. This is what this looks like.
It was bad. No, that was bad too. I mean, it wasn't as bad, but this is bad. Like
what I like my idea of like playing games on the Switch. If that game is also on other consoles, don't buy it on the Switch. If it's only on Switch, okay, whatever.
Well,
but if it's
hold on,
other consoles,
that's not true. There's some games you can give a break. Like think of Dead Cells. Dead Cells is really good on the Switch.
Yeah, the smaller indies like the Dead Cells, the Shovel Knights of the
Those
world.
are fine. If they're on different consoles, that's fine. Now, if it's a big AAA title like Mortal Kombat, I agree 100%. What the fuck are you doing? First off, if the Switch is the only game console you own and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go buy Mortal Kombat, you probably just need to drop off the edge of the earth.
no, I don't feel bad for anyone buying it on the Switch. Just because I don't feel bad for anyone buying it on the Switch. They should know.
They should know.
But also, the thing that I think is so funny about this is that it's a $70 game.
So
drop $70 for this.
Part of me is kind of thinking like maybe like who I forget the developer's name. Is it NetherRealms?
NetherRealms, yeah.
NetherRealms. What if they just were like, hey guys, let's make a Switch version for the lols. Like people are gonna be like, well, because we're talking about Mortal Kombat. I think had this not happened, we wouldn't be talking about Mortal Kombat as much.
And they've also stated that they're working on fixing it.
Yeah, they've already like, oh, we're gonna get all these. Like first off, you probably should have pushed back the release of this. Like, if you knew it was going to be this bad, you probably should just go ahead and said, "No, what? All the other consoles are good. We're going to push the Switch back though because it's not the best."
I feel like the move here is, you put it out, and you know the Switch 2 is coming, and you're like, oh hey, we fixed it for the Switch 2. Here you go. Then you've essentially sold it twice. I don't know if Mortal Kombat 1 has like a skin, like it has any battle pass or anything. I don't know what their long-term plan is with it. I imagine it'll be at Evo next year, and then it'll be gone because they'll be getting ready for. Will they get to do Mortal Kombat versus DC3 or not that? But what's the DC game they do? Excuse me.
Oh, and Injustice.
Will they get to do an Injustice 3, or does James Gunn like hold the power and be like, no?
Well,
Yeah.
we're talking about the same motherfucker who said I support the Flash and then has not said a damn thing about Aquaman 2.
He supports Aquaman 2 too, okay?
I haven't heard anything after the Flash. He's gone like radio silent.
I don't think he's gonna be long for that job, if I'm being honest.
Oh, we're gonna need a Zack Snyder cut.
Let's be honest right now, guys. DC is not known for their movie or live action movies. It's pretty bad.
What we got next?
Moving on. RE4 Separate Race DLC releases. I know we kind of talked about that just a little bit ago, but mostly positive reviews, like Jake said earlier and I said earlier. It's about as long as RE3 Remake, maybe a little bit longer, which is surprising and actually really good. And like we also stated earlier, so they just brought in a bunch of cut content that was originally on the remake, which Nick is very happy. I've never seen a grown man cry for U3 before.
I love that they explain the origin of U3. Like in the original, it just felt out of nowhere. But watching this, it's like, okay, that makes sense. Yes. The fact that he's the other robed guy with Salazar.
Well, which
cool.
I mean, that, and remember in the original, Salazar eats him to become the big monster that he is.
He eats the other one, yeah.
Yeah, and then the red one's the one who chases you.
Yeah, but then
sewers.
U3 was like its own separate thing. It wasn't like
right.
It
Where
came
now,
out of nowhere.
like you said, this makes more sense.
Yeah,
I agree. And I think that's why I'm liking so much about these remakes is everything's becoming more canonical and it's making more sense.
I'm ready to see what they do with 9. I wonder if they're gonna keep doing the first person or if they're gonna hop around and try to do something.
Oh, okay. If it's gonna be Jill or Rebecca, we all know it's gonna be third person. Everybody loves the jiggle physics.
Oh God, you would bring up the jiggle physics.
Okay. Nick, they have a naked Leon mod, which lets you know the other mods of other naked characters, and guess what? I've seen them.
Yeah, there's a naked. But that's not Capcom putting that out. That is horny
Mods.
gamers putting that out.
But guess what,
Josh.
Nick? Are you going to drop $60 for someone to mod a game to see a naked character that you don't have to do or have to fight the UCC for any way, shape, or form?
I don't need a naked video game character, Josh.
You don't, and neither does Capcom. But guess what? They're going to release a game in third person so that other people can do it, and that's the only reason why they bought that game. They don't give a shit about the story or the gameplay. They want to see a naked anime girl running around.
This is why I give you trouble. This is why I'm so hard on you, Josh.
Because I'm speaking from the truth?
Please don't stand up right now. Don't stand up. Get us to the next part of the news, please.
I don't even have a chub, you liar. Anyway, moving on. Dead Space co-creator is leaving the company he founded.
Is this the Callisto Protocol guy?
Yes, this is the Callisto Protocol guy.
What? I see. Now this is news to me. I was not aware of this.
Yeah, so he was very disappointed in how the Callisto Protocol went. Even though he co-founded the new company, and he left. He's just done with it. It's like, are you fucking kidding? Like, I don't get me wrong, love Dead Space. I loved Callisto Protocol for what it was. Was I disappointed in the ending? By far. Like, even the DLC, I don't know if you guys played or heard of the DLC.
Did you play it after I told you about it?
Yeah, I did.
What's the verdict?
I'm beyond disappointed. I liked it the way they left it. And I feel like the DLC was just a fuck you.
It came out of nowhere. There was no announcement.
No.
There was no announcement that DLC came out.
I was devastated because I was like, I beat the game, I returned it, I was like, great, and I don't have to worry about anything else. And then you told me, and I'm like, what? And I looked up and there was achievements. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Because they ended it. They ended it on like the base game, they ended it on an interesting note, like, oh shit.
Dude,
Yeah,
shit's
cool.
gonna get real. Let's do it. And then the DLC was just a big fuck you.
And then the survival's guilt stuff that it explored in the main campaign was great. It just never went anywhere. And
No, they could. I just feel like it was rushed, and I feel like the DLC was just trying to add to something that wasn't needed. Like it ended to me, it at least ended enough to where I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I would be interested to see what Callisto Protocol 2 would have looked like.
Remind me how that DLC ended. I remember reading it and being like, "What?" Like
Okay,
everything
so
was a
spoiler
dream,
alert.
right?
Oh, hold on. Spoiler alert. Yeah, pretty much. It was. You find out that the main character is like basically in stasis, and the doctor was like the woman, the scientist girl. She was like doing experiments on you, and then finally left. She leaves you there to die.
Awesome.
What a complete kick in the head.
Yeah,
Because
just to fuck you.
it's a fuck you. Everything you built up in that game. There was interesting stuff about survivor's guilt. There was interesting thing about imprisonment and that character that you like. It just feels like everything got like the short end of the stick. There was that character that you helped escape, and then they kill him immediately, and he had some interesting things going on with him. And then,
I mean, the way the base game, how it ended with the rebel escaping and you accepting your fate to death, and then coming to find out that, hey, there might be another way off this planet. I was like, fuck yeah, I want to see what happens. This is, you left it in a very interesting spot. I'm very interested. Just to end like that with the DLC? No. I can see why he left.
yeah, because there's some interesting. Well, he was probably part of the problem, but there's some interesting bits. But then the combat, like when you get into it and you're like fighting the monsters and punching them and shit, like it's pretty good. It's not bad.
No, like I said, it definitely gave off a Dead Space vibe, for sure. It was definitely a like a what would you call it? Not a successor, but a spiritual successor.
Well, more than anything. So like, yeah, the Dead Space comparisons 1-for-1, like spot on. But I remember playing it and being reminded a little bit of Butcher Bay, and then that other Xbox original where the guy had like the glowy arms. I forget what it was called, but there was a lot of emphasis on punching in that one as well. And yeah, man, it's disappointing. And hopefully all the developers that were let go of in August, I didn't realize that had happened. Hopefully they all land on their feet. And hopefully this guy, like, I don't know, pulls his head out of his butt and makes a good game. Calling Callisto Protocol bad game's a little much, but like a full, complete game, a full 100%, like, yes, that was fun. Nothing was weird about it.
Yeah. Moving on. To end it all, FTC versus Xbox Core document leaks.
Careful with that end it all stuff. Twitch might. Like you said, to end it all.
Whoa.
Whoa.
We're gonna throw that out.
So I think the major one on this that everyone overreacted about was that like Microsoft had like some inner messages about like, let's buy Nintendo, and that was just in my reading of it and listening to other people talk about it. My reading of it was that someone who has no idea messaged Phil Spencer and said, "Hey, we should buy Nintendo." And Phil Spencer, knowing better, was like, "That's a great idea. Thanks for coming to me with that." But yeah, we would love to, but yeah, we could. They're out of our league. We're a 6. They're a 10. They'd never date down unless we had more money. Is essentially what he said. And so yeah, I mean, everyone's thinking about gobbling up everybody at all times. Was there any standouts for you guys on these?
I like the refreshers, or like the updated Xbox Series S and S models.
The ones that they're saying for 2024, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially the X. I like how it's more round, or at least the concepts that we see in here. It's more round. It's appealing to me.
I haven't seen these images. I've just seen the thing that stood out for me was the them adding haptic to controllers. I think that's pretty cool. Just because, nobody uses it for PlayStation, but if both consoles have it, maybe more people will start to use it.
They probably will, but realistically, to me, the haptic technology isn't really like mind blowing. You know what I mean? Like it's fun, it's neat, but it's not necessary.
I mean, when's the last time a controller really blew your mind, though? I mean, I think we've reached not perfection, but I think we reached a pretty good place with the Xbox 360 controller and
Yeah.
the original Boomerang PS3 controller.
Yeah.
And then, Sony was like, oh, we can't have perfection. We have to get rid of it. But I don't know. Like, yeah, what can you do with a controller that's really going to change? I think all the innovation has been with Xbox's, what's that controller for kids with disabilities? I forget the exact name of the controller, but the gamepad.
Yeah, it's the
gamepad.
yeah.
I think that's where all the innovation is, and I think that's really cool that's where the innovation is.
I thought you were gonna say the Xbox Connect.
No. The Kinect
We
was
all know
really
it's dead.
Xbox One. It gets a lot of shit, but early in its life, the Xbox TV on or
That shit
volume
was
down.
cool. Yeah.
Hey, launch Braid. Being able to do that was really cool, and then being
But
able
let's face
to
it, like this is the result of it. I have a remote, a Roku remote that does the same thing now.
yeah, but not really. Yeah, but not really, Josh. The
Actually,
control.
TV on.
God damn it, Josh. The other thing I
It
really
doesn't do
liked
it.
here. The other thing I really liked here was the Bethesda timeline they had on here. So like,
Oh, we're talking like the remasters of Fallout 3 and Oblivion.
so yeah, those are apparently coming. Starfield was 2 years off thanks to COVID. Looks like Hi-Fi Rush had a code name on there for a while. I forget what the code name was, but that was on their list for a while. That missed the original date. I think there's a new Doom. Doom 0 was what I had heard or read. Any other ones? Yeah, getting remastered. Next gen Xbox 2028 that tracks. It seems like we've reached a point where console generations are about the 7 to 8 year window.
Can you believe the Baldur's Gate 3 was underestimated by them?
It was underestimated by a bunch of people.
Everybody, yeah. But it's
What-
like,
who wrote that? Was that a Polygon article? I remember seeing that article and being
no,
like, what
this
a
is
dumb,
on. Well, this is on IGN. I'm looking at the IGN one. It's on here.
what a dumb art. It's just, yeah, everyone underestimated it because nobody. It's not. It's a very niche. It was a very niche thing upon.
Already, yeah. Like you had the few people who absolutely loved the series, and then maybe a handful of people who saw it outside of, like some type of like event convention or something.
Well, because
That was it.
I guarantee you, and having played it on my computer on mouse and keyboard and controller, I bet you Microsoft and Sony were looking at the early access numbers, and Sony was like, yeah, we'll take it, and Xbox was probably like, yeah, we'll take it, but it has to match up because the rule with Xbox is that it has to be able to run on X and S, like they need it to be working properly on both. Everything has to be there. And then so when the Baldur's Gate 3 guys approached Phil Spencer and like, hey, what can we do to get this running? He's like, oh yeah, never mind on that. That's really what the issue was. I think it's a non-story, people saying that stuff, because, and I'm not here to be like, Microsoft, oh, I love it. No, like that just sounds like what it was. And did they underestimate it? Hell yeah, they probably did, because it's a computer RPG. Folks really aren't coming to it for, really aren't coming to Xbox for that. I couldn't even tell you the last CRPG that was on an Xbox console, unless what's the one Disco Elite? I don't even know. Did Disco make the console jump? Couldn't even tell you.
I think it did.
It's the honest opinion of the PS5 reveal. That was funny. It's just weird reading all these emails and being like, oh wow, yeah.
Oh yeah. First off, what CEO is just going to be like? Oh yeah, the PS5. It's a great console. Yeah. No,
This is good.
well, we beat them.
We found out Phil Spencer is neat in the streets and a freak in the email sheets. I'm trying.
Oh God, no.
Acknowledge the leaks. I want to say it was a slow news week, but whatever.
It pretty much was. It's just whatever. That's the news, though. Let's move on.
Was that the last one? Oh, you missed. Hey,
That was
you
last
missed
one.
one. You missed one.
What?
Do you hear the Titanfall news?
Oh, Titanfall 3?
So we don't have a news article for this, but Titanfall 2 got an update, and folks, I forget where there's like hints at dates, and so the dates are there are 3 dates in the release of the original Titanfall, the release of Titanfall 2, and the release of Apex Legends, and people are speculating they have those in there to hint that a Titanfall 3 announcement is around the corner.
Well, I heard, because I haven't touched Titanfall 2 since that update, that there's a game mode which is question marks.
Yeah.
I think that's true. I think that might be right. I think I heard that somewhere. I don't know.
I had my famous rant that said we didn't need Titanfall 3, but again,
And Nick wants it. And Nick wants it.
I don't want it, but if it happens, it happens. There's a reason we don't have Half-Life 3. There's a reason.
Well, that's
Valve
Steam
stopped.
though. Valve doesn't go past 3 for a reason. However,
They're too busy counting their money.
Nick, did you see how many people are currently playing Titanfall 2 on Steam?
Yeah, I'm
Probably
actually
like
gonna-
2,000.
13, pretty much 14,000.
Yeah, when it came out for $3, it was at 22.
Can you pull the Apex numbers off Steam too?
Yeah.
What do the Apex numbers look like?
Hold please.
Hold, please.
Please hold.
191,000.
Dude, they kind of got Respawn is just in such a good spot to do so many good things, and EA is just like more Star Wars, more Star Wars.
I just feel like they're Emperor Palpatine just shocking us with lightning, or shocking somebody with lightning, and they're Anakin just watching it happen. He's just like, I'm conflicted. What do I do?
He's like, I know the prophecy.
Are we Anakin Skywalker?
Titanfall 3 Titanfall 3 is like the prophecy, and we're like,
No, we're Anakin watching EA shock the shit out of Respawn, telling them, give us more Star Wars. And we're like, what do we do? Do we just
have
let
to-
this happen?
we have to kill E EA.
Dude, they're shocking the shit out of Mace Windu right now. That's all I'm saying. We have Force Lightning on that bitch.
Your analogies all over the place, Josh. Hey,
Yeah,
Josh.
I like how you put.
Josh.
Why Mace? Why Mace?
Josh.
Because that's what happens. They're fighting, and Anakin's just kind of standing there like, dude, do I do anything about this, or what the fuck?
Josh.
Same with his son. He watched his son get shocked. Anyway, moving forward. Yes.
Josh. Do you have a meme for us?
Me.
Time.
I do have. I'm the guest meme of the week. Apparently, I'm the one who does work around here.
I like how I don't. With the one job I have Josh.
Son of a bitch.
So of course we kept it to Mortal Kombat. MK fan, Mom, I want to play as Johnny Cage. He looks so cool. Mom, we already have a Johnny Cage at home. Johnny Cage at home.
For those listening, it is Switch Johnny Cage with all of his pixels.
And it's bad. It's very bad.
It's a rough.
I wanted to try to do something Game of the Year awards, but I couldn't find one in time. I just felt very pressured, so I found this one.
I thought you were
Yeah,
going to pull all of the Unity letters on one. Hey, for the third part of tonight's episode, the Game Award nominees will be coming out soon. The award show is usually in December. I think it's the first week of December, if I remember correctly. We are going to take a stab at naming some folks games and folks who we think will get nominated, just to refresh some folks on some of the winners and nominees in the past years. So here I've got 2021 up here. I always forget that It Takes Two took Game of the Year that year.
Yeah.
Best game direction was Deathloop. My goodness. The voice of Lady Dimitrescu took lead female best performance.
Be surprised.
Step on me.
Nick, and see what I mean though? Yeah, throw in some anime girls and everybody goes crazy.
Throw in some anime girls. So what we're gonna do here, we're not gonna go through every category, but we'll pick out a few, and if you guys have anyone off the top that any game or any actor off the top that you're like, yeah, they'll probably get the nom, then let's do it here. Let's pull up 2022 real quick. Hey, Age of Empires won with something cool. And then like here's Game of the Year. Here are the nominees. I like the 2022 page better than the 2021, by the way.
I agree 100%. Oh, if you do view, oh, never mind. Yeah, they definitely changed it.
Yeah, so handful. So let's see. Game of the Year nominees in 2022: A Plague Tale Requiem, which I thought was crazy they got nominated. Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 with Elden Ring winning. What other categories? Okay, I like this, but the page is so slow. Best Game Direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction design. See, that's such a weird one because it's like best game direction. So you mean everything? Everything
Yes.
about the game?
East? I thought you said West.
Best narrative went to God of War. That could have gone to Requiem also. Best art direction, Elden Ring. There's some weird. I love that Scorn got a nomination for that. The weird penis game from last year.
It's not weird.
Best score music. It's just weird. It was weird, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to the vocals. Best performance. Yeah.
Why don't you just do view all categories?
Because I don't want to.
Yeah, you dingbat.
Best performance went to. Remember Christopher Judge and his 10-minute speech to open up the game show.
Cut that man's mic off, god damn it.
Play him off. Play him off. Who else got Charlotte? Who is this? Manon Gage. She's really good in Immortality. I'd recommend you guys try Immortality if you can. Do they only nominate one? Yeah, so they only do best performance. They don't do best male and female performance. Okay. Best indie. Who won best indie last year? Let's find out.
I feel like this is just Nick reminiscing about
Was
the
it?
Game of
I
Year
think it
awards.
was Stray.
It was Stray. Okay, so let's pick 5 categories, and so let's start. Best indie. Do you guys have a best indie for this year that you think will get a nomination for the Game Awards?
It's probably Dave the Diver.
Hmm. Let me pull up my list real quick.
So on the best, see, I'm weird. I'm weird on indies.
You are.
I think something like, oh man, I don't really know. Is Blasphemous 2 considered an indie, Josh?
See, I was going to ask you the same thing. I technically think it is.
Okay, Team 17 published the first one. I think Blasphemous 2, if they consider it an indie, will get the nom. Fort Solis, no. No. That's the only indie I've played this year.
Well, you did Dave the Diver as well.
I see. I think Dave the Diver will get nominated, but Dave the Diver is not really.
It's not going to win. Yeah. Well, and then it's not going to win.
It's the nominee, Josh. It's not about winning. It's not about winning. It's about sending a
Speaking of nominees and stuff, they need to make it a rule where if a game's not a full game, it should not be it should not be nominated.
You mean like early release?
Yeah, or beta.
I think they're pretty good about that.
Guys,
I think the waters got muddied the year that PUBG was nominated for stuff.
Because Multiverses, they won Fighting Game of the Year. I don't know why. And watch that game not come out. I'm gonna lose. I'm not gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna lose my shit because it's gonna be the funniest thing ever. That people dropped money and were oh, this game's gonna be so good. But I'm like, have you seen Street Fighter 6? Have you seen Tekken 8? Have you seen Mortal Kombat 1? Those games are awesome fighting games. Multiverses was not. It had potential. I mean, it was better than Nickelodeon. That's about it.
Okay, so Stray was published by Annapurna. Okay, I'm just trying to get a sense. BattleBit. Josh, I like that.
I mean, think about it. It's still doing pretty good.
I think it will get nominated, but I don't think it will win.
All right, so we've got Jake nominating Dave the Diver, me nominating Blasphemous 2, Josh nominating BattleBit. I think those are 3 solid nominations. Let's do best performance. I've got one.
Okay.
Troy Baker in Fort Solis. As bad as the game is, he is amazing. He is super amazing. Honestly, I think anyone in that cast could get nominated. Anyone of the main 3. but I think Troy Baker would probably get a nom. And if these follow anything like the Oscars or anyone else, the game doesn't have to be amazing to get nominated. I'd say the game's not out yet, but there'll probably be some nominations from Spider-Man 2. I imagine Sony always does really well with
I can see that.
the Sony published games always do really well. They clean up shop here. I mean, hell, look at this. Horizon and God of War last year took 3 of the 5 spots. So
I'm surprised you didn't say anything about Forspoken.
you joke. You joke.
I know. I watched him get nominated.
What about you guys?
So I was thinking of Robbie Damon for Armored Core 6. He played one of the pilots there. He's also the protagonist for Hi-Fi Rush.
Dude,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I don't see. I think the issue with Hi-Fi Rush in any of these categories is that it came back out in January. So we're gonna have the recency bias everywhere else. But I'm gonna bring that game up later.
Also, he was voice actor for one of the Spider-Man shows on Disney. I forget which
Spidey and
one.
His Amazing Friend.
Maybe,
Is
Probably.
it like a kid's show?
but probably.
I know the show.
I just assume. I don't know. I'm going off what I'm looking at all these things, and it just says Spider-Man. I'm like, apparently he's a Spider-Man. I don't know.
Jake, you got a nom?
I mean, I haven't really got into like the voice acting genre of this year yet, but I feel like it's going to be probably someone from Baldur's Gate or Mortal Kombat.
Honestly, and you know that you mentioned that, I could see just like Baldur's Gate cleaning up these nominations.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
gonna get the best direction for sure.
Because who from that cast, and I can't name that cast. I've seen numerous TikTok videos for them, like of all of them doing stuff together. The Demon Woman, and I'm blanking on names. It's been a few weeks since I played. The Demon Woman, that everybody loves so much. The vampire, I think that's Asterion. The woman who does the narration. I think the woman who does the narration will get it.
All the above, damn it. All the above.
I also think that there might be a possibility that someone from Diablo 4 might get something or get nominated. I don't know.
But Jake, you've sold me on everyone in Baldur's Gate getting nominated, so
Yeah.
it'll happen. It'll happen now. It'll happen. Let's pick another category. Let's do Josh. You pick one. Don't pick esports. I will kick you in the nuts.
I'll do that.
God, I almost want to do content creator of the year, just be cringe for you too.
Today, Junior.
Best fighting. Because we're
Dude.
gonna have a bunch for this year.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
A
gonna be a
fucking
huge
stacked
year.
category if I can find it on here.
It's going to be Mortal Kombat.
Well, hold on. So what's released already? So we've
Okay.
got Street Fighter, who's already released.
Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat,
Mm-hmm.
the Nicktoons Bash 2 will come out here in a few.
Yeah, that's not gonna win. Come on.
What else?
And
so
then
then also Tekken 8 is
Tekken
how
doesn't come
far?
out till February, I believe.
Oh, so it's gonna miss it.
It'll miss it. So really, it's going to be between
Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter.
Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter.
I think it's gonna be Street Fighter.
Well, unless Riot comes out with Project L.
That's true, and I think there was a release. Someone released something on Twitter or X by accident.
Was there?
So
that?
Project L looks amazing. Like once that game is out, it's going to wipe a lot of other fighting games out of the park.
Was there a Guilty Gear that came out this year? Was that Guilty Gear
There-
Strife or was that last year?
No,
No,
that-
I thought
Guilty
Guilty Gear
Gear
did come out.
no. Guilty Gear Strive came out a couple years ago, actually.
Has it been that long? God damn. Josh is pulling the numbers.
I'm diving into the system.
Enhance.
Oh, it's their third season that got announced.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, and I think Street Fighter will take it. But we're just nominating, folks. We're just nominating, so Maybe Multiverses has a sneaky relaunch before the end of
I
the year.
doubt that.
Doubt it.
They're dead. they're hanging in the closet right now. Okay.
Oh God, Nick, dead game, right? Jake, pick a category.
Oh, I just pulled this up. Let's see. Categories. Click.
Today, Junior.
I got you. Shut the hell up. Let's go with. Oh, this is a tough one. All right, we're gonna go with best ongoing.
Best ongoing.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw in there Final Fantasy 14.
Last year's winner.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so they just had a recent DLC come out, and people are actually praising it again.
I see Destiny 2 being back up there just because they are coming out with another DLC that's supposed to be like almost a full game.
You know, I can honestly see every one of these games being back up there. I was gonna say Marvel Snap, but I've fallen off so hard. The last time I really got into it was July, and I just have no interest in going back. I'm so far back. But it's good to be clean. It's good to not have that narcotic in my veins anymore. I do think 14 will take it, Josh.
Yeah.
All right.
Their community is fantastic. It's hard not to pick them.
To finish up, who is getting nominated for Game of the Year this year?
Tears of the Kingdom. That's gonna be Nintendo's. That's gonna be Nintendo's bid in right there.
Tears of the Kingdom. Baldur's Gate 3 will get the nom.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3.
Starfield is probably gonna get thrown out there as well.
Oh, I hope not. It
See,
sucks.
it's Bethesda, and there are people who are clamoring to it, so it's hard not to say because we're gonna get a fighting game, so we're either gonna see Mortal Kombat or we're gonna see Street Fighter in there, right? Racing game wise, there's not anything that's out that's gonna like grab everybody's attention.
I think you'd see Street Fighter over Mortal Kombat on the fighting side.
Yeah.
Is there a sneaky? So like, I'm looking at Stray here, and I'm trying to think what indie game would get nominated, and I'm split between three. Hear me out on all three of these: Dave the Diver, Remnant 2.
I don't know about Remnant.
Did people
2.
fall off on that? I feel like it fell off.
Yeah,
pretty
it
bad.
fell off pretty quick.
Yeah.
It got more
Unless they-
hype than the first one, but I think it died out pretty quick.
Like if they had like a DLC, maybe, but
See, I almost feel like BattleBit might be even up here because that was like a huge left turn.
But
Like,
that was also very,
West,
it was also very short, but like a short little period, and we fell off pretty hard. But I
I
don't
mean,
know
so
if
was
the numbers
Stray
are still...
though. Look how quickly Stray died out after the initial push,
Yeah,
and
but
it still
Stray's
got nominated.
Stray's a single player game.
No, I agree, but I'm going off how I as a gamer feel. Yes, it died out quickly, but it stuck around long enough. I mean, look, Elden Ring even died out so after the fact.
Can I nominate Little Gator Game?
no.
Nick, I'll allow it this one time. Yes.
Hey, okay, so we're forgetting Spider-Man comes out around before this.
Oh yeah,
Spider-Man will get a nomination.
Still, it
Yeah.
probably honestly, with all the shit that's coming out for it, I could see it even winning.
Okay, so here are what we got 6 right here. Let's pick out our 6 nominations and see how many of them get picked.
Spider-Man 2.
All right, Spider-Man 2, Baldur's Gate 3,
Legend of
Tears of the
Zelda.
Kingdom. Yep.
Tears of the Kingdom. We already said Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, we just said Spider-Man. Mhm.
Spider-Man, Baldur's Gate, Tears of the Kingdom.
I could see Resident Evil 4 remake.
Was that this year? Or was that
that.
It's
Yeah,
this
that's
year.
this year. That or Dead Space? Which one?
Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4?
Resident Evil 4.
'Cause especially with the Separate Ways DLC being added, I could see it be a contender.
Okay, so then Starfield at 5, and then last one is an indie, and I just thought of another indie that just came to mind that
What's
people are really loving right now. Lies of P.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
gonna mention Liza P.
Because
Heard the
Elden
game's
Ring,
hard.
Elden Ring's still pretty fresh in people's brains. People are horny for Souls likes. I don't think
Which
Armored
that's
Core
fine.
6 would get the nom. I don't
No,
think it
it's
would.
good, but it's not gonna get a nom. No.
Nick, what about Alan Wake 2?
Fuck, I
God
forgot
damn
about
it.
Alan Wake
There's
2.
just so much more going on. It's so hard to nominate because we're going off what we have so far.
Like if we went back into performance, like I think there will be performances in that will go, fuck, I forgot about Alan Wake 2. So I'm taking Starfield out, adding Alan Wake 2 in. It's only so much.
Josh, did you know that Octopath Traveler 2 is coming to PC?
Yeah, I saw that.
All right.
I got it on the PS5 though.
Excuse me, it's late. All right, so let's recap these 6 real quick, and then we'll get the hell out of here. So Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3,
Yep.
RE4 Remake,
Mhm.
Lies of P,
Yep.
Tears of the Kingdom.
I think that's our nominations.
Those are our nominations. I know we're going to take a stab at who wins when the official nominations come out. But if you guys had to pick a winner from that, who are you picking?
Probably Resident Evil 4.
Josh?
I feel like Spider-Man's gonna take the cake.
Dude, I think we're all going to be surprised, and Baldur's Gate 3 is going to like really... Because I think if looking at last year's and looking at this list, if you had asked me what was going to win, well, we kind of did this.
So we did this already.
We did this, but I would have said God of War, just because, you know, the hack and slash is closer to what's been popular. Elden Ring is like proof that like the, you know, the niche of like the hard, like complicated, more involved game is growing. So I think Baldur's Gate 3 might tip the scale a little bit, but we'll see what officially gets nominated here in a few weeks. Guys, that was fun. I really like doing that. And I'm really sorry I didn't play enough of Death Stranding for us to talk about it tonight, but we'll get that set up.
You
for
have
next
like
week.
4 days. You better get your ass going.
I do. Hey, everybody. We did it. We made it through the episode. You can find me, Nick, at Twitter at That Kaufman. You can also find me on Twitch and on YouTube at Nick Fat Knight. You can also find I do reviews and articles and other stuff for Game Chronicles, not Video Game Chronicle, Game Chronicles. It's an SEO thing, I'm pretty sure. Josh, where can the people find you?
You can find me just about anywhere. I'm Josh Saying.
Josh,
I know what he's saying.
Josh has some awesome reviews.
We might get rid of the Twitter one soon if that fee stuff does hit.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Josh has some reviews going up. He should have a review of Void Crew going up soon.
I still owe that, but yeah, I do.
Surprised he didn't mention that he was playing it earlier, but whatever. Jake, where can the people find you?
You can find me anywhere if you can spell out Jakey Boy Kaufman. I'm the only one. Pretty unique name. I stand out.
That's not true. I've seen someone else named Jakey Boy Kaufman. That wasn't
And he's
you.
back on Twitch.
I'm back on Twitch.
Hey. You like the show? We're officially streaming on our Twitch. We've said that we've had it for the longest time. We're actually here now. Go ahead and give us a follow down below. Find us on Twitch, the YouTube. You can find the show anywhere that you get a podcast. We also have a Twitter, but we want to get rid of it with that charge thing going through soon if it does. But we're most active on Instagram and TikTok. Those are actually going to pick back up here this week. Got to make a lot of TikToks when the show is over. It's what I'll be doing the rest of the night. Once again, thank you to the Trident Network for having us in their extended family. Go check out our siblings. Rate and review us. Listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. Fuck the algorithm. Tell a friend. Thank you to Alex Marvin Clark for our intro and outro song, Hunt Him Down. If you're watching this live, remember this goes up on Monday, so go check us out. Hey, everybody, this is Smashing Game Time. We hope you all had a smashing great time. We will see each and every one of you next time. Bye.